So what is the most important health factor?
The answer will surprise you.
In fact, it completely blew my mind. This is Just Be Well FM, the channel about whole life wellness. I'm Dr. Tom Sult. I'm a medical doctor and functional medicine practitioner.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm a registered nurse and also the wellness coach here at Just Be Well.
Most people with a stroke have normal blood pressure.
Often people who experience a heart attack do not have elevated cholesterol levels.
And the majority of people who have cancer have absolutely no risk factors. Worse than that, you get conflicting information every single day. You know, one day coffee is better than sliced bread, and the next day it's going to kill you. And name a thing that you haven't heard some kind of conflicting information like that about. So how on earth do you sort all this stuff out?
How do you know what to do? What is the right path?
It becomes so confusing. And, you know, really, to think that something as simple as eating a few more sprigs of broccoli or meditating a few more minutes is going to fix all the problems in your body is a little bit simplistic. Really, this channel is about functional medicine, and functional medicine is about everything from spirituality all the way to digestion and elimination, everything in between. So we're going to talk about what is the most important health factor. But before we get to that, stay to the end. We've got some great stuff for you, free stuff. We've got an opportunity for you to sign up for some free webinars and Q&As and all kinds of interesting stuff. So it must be, you know, I tell all of my patients, clean air, clean water, clean food. That must be the most important thing.
It is important, but surprisingly, it's at the bottom of the list.
Right. It's foundational, but it's not really the biggest health factor.
It's not. How about taking your blood pressure medication?
Important. You know, it does lower your risk. Taking your blood pressure medicine in instances of mild hypertension isn't really on the list. Being lean versus being overweight. You know, there's such a social stigma about being overweight. Clearly, that's got to be at the top of the list, right? No, it's not at the top of the list.
Still working our way up.
Yeah.
And then with that, how about exercise? Exercise is we see that as very important.
We do see it as very important. Movement, and I think movement is important. It's foundational. They're all important, but it's not near the top of the list.
No.
In fact, getting close to the middle of the list, stopping alcohol. Stopping alcohol is starting to become important, but it's only in the middle of the list.
Same with stopping smoking.
Same with smoking. You know, I mean, smoking's clearly bad for you, right?
They both are, yes.
And so is overconsumption of booze. These are bad things. We're not saying go out and start smoking and boozing, but they're not the most important thing. No. But they are in the upper third of the list coming up here. So, close relationships. Second most important thing in this study. Close relationships. These are the 2 or 3 or 4 people in your life that if you have a crisis, you can call on. They'll loan you money without asking. You know, they know you well enough to know if you're asking, it's important. They'll come over and they'll give you a hug. They will bring food if there's a crisis in your house. These are your close relationships. Having and cultivating a few close relationships, critical to your health. Who knew? How weird is that? And unfortunately, something like 40% of Americans at least say they've got no one to turn to. So this is a major health crisis. And then the single most important?
Social integration. And social integration, that is contact with people you meet all day long, people you don't even know. The clerk at the register. Do you make eye contact with? Yeah. Do you make eye contact with her?
And it's the eye contact that matters.
Essential.
Eye contact releases a burst of neurotransmitters and neurochemicals that are soothing. And they reduce your stress level. They reduce all of the inflammatory chemicals in your body. It is eye-to-eye contact, and that is why FaceTime isn't the same. That is why being on social media isn't the same. It is human-to-human live interaction, and it is the thing that we avoid, right? You're walking down the street and you avert eyes.
At the grounds.
Think about this. Just once in a while per day, try to make eye contact and say hello. You don't even have to say hello, but try to make eye contact.
Smile.
You know, when you're in the restaurant and you inadvertently meet eye to eye with somebody, what do? Oh, like this. Try this. Maintain eye contact and just smile.
Smile.
Something magical happens in your physiology. It reduces your inflammation. It reduces your stress level. It reduces your stress hormones. And it reduces your risk for all-cause mortality. So if you like this kind of content, please subscribe. Please hit the little bell so you get notifications from us. And down in the comments, you're going to see a link so you can join our community and be eligible to get information about free webinars, free Q&As, and even live event opportunities.
And even a free guide.
And especially a free guide. Yeah, several chapters out of my book, Just Be Well, which you can find on Amazon. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.
Bye.